Winnie's Amazing Pumpkin. What do you see on this cover? Winnie, Wilbur, and a pumpkin. Anything special about the pumpkin? It is enormous. It is gigantic. How come? Let's see. Winnie the Witch ate lots of vegetables. She liked broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and parsnips. She really liked peas, carrots, beans, potatoes, and spinach. But she loved pumpkin. She loved pumpkin soup, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin scones with pumpkin seeds on top. But most of all, she loved roast pumpkin. Wilbur, her big black cat, liked pumpkin soup if it had a lot of cream stirred in. Wow, Winnie indeed loves pumpkin a lot. Look at the shelf here. There are a lot of pumpkins on it. Do you like pumpkin also? Every Saturday morning, Winnie would jump onto her broomstick. Wilbur would jump onto her shoulder. And they would zoom off to the farmer's market to buy the vegetables. That was easy. But it wasn't so easy coming home. It is hard to balance on a broomstick with a cat, pumpkins, and lots of other vegetables. Wow, Winnie did buy a lot of vegetables. Oopsie! Brussels sprouts and tomatoes rained down on the market. Splats! Squelch! Oh no! Some people got smashed by the tomatoes. Blithering broomsticks, shouted Winnie. And then she had a good idea. I will grow my own vegetables, she said. So Winnie dug a big vegetable patch in her garden. Wilbur helped. What was Winnie trying to do? Let's see. She planted lots and lots of vegetables. She watered the plants and pulled up the weeds. Wilbur helped. What is the animal that is next to Wilbur? It's a snail. What are the other animals you can spot in Winnie's garden? These are the rabbits. Will the plants grow well? Let's see. The plants grew very slowly. And when they did grow, the caterpillars and snails and rabbits ate them. Oh dear, said Winnie. Gardening is hard work. I will try a spell to help my garden grow. She waved her magic wand, shouted, Abracadabra! And nothing happened. How strange! Bother, said Winnie. That didn't work. I will go and look in my big book of spells. Winnie went inside just a minute too soon. Outside, the spell began to work. Inside, it was very dark. Oh no! Winnie tripped over Wilbur. Meow! I'm sorry, Wilbur, said Winnie. I didn't see you. It's so dark. There must be a storm on the way. Why was it so dark in the house suddenly? Winnie looked out of the window. It wasn't a storm. It was Winnie's garden. The vegetables were growing so fast that they covered all the windows. I better go out and stop the spell, Winnie said. But the door wouldn't open. What had happened? Oh, an enormous cabbage was in the way. Wow, the cabbage was taller than the door of the house, and the vine was growing around Winnie's house. What would Winnie do? Winnie rushed upstairs, climbed out of the bedroom window, and slid down a giant beanstalk. Whoa! Wilbur climbed down behind her. This is fun, he thought, until he met a giant caterpillar. Yow! My goodness, the caterpillar was even bigger than Wilbur. So was the pea pod. Everything in Winnie's garden was enormous, gigantic, stupendous. A beanstalk was growing up into the clouds. The cabbages were as big as cows. The rabbits were bigger than cows. An immense pumpkin vine was curling around Winnie's house. And there, on the roof, was a huge pumpkin. Oh no! shouted Winnie. The pumpkin will squash my house. She waved her magic wand. But just as she shouted, Abra! Crash! Kadabra! The giant pumpkin crashed to the ground. Winnie's enormous, stupendous garden shrank back to the way it was before. But the pumpkin that had broken off the vine was still a massive, monstrous, amazing pumpkin. The pumpkin had escaped from Winnie's spell. Winnie chopped a doorway into the pumpkin. She made pumpkin pies, pumpkin scones, pumpkin soup with cream for Wilbur, an enormous dish of roast pumpkin. But there was still lots of pumpkin left. What would Winnie do with so much pumpkin? So she put a notice on the gate. It said, "Free pumpkin, help yourself." Winnie was sharing her pumpkin with her neighbors. How nice! There was a long line of people who came with their bowls and baskets and even wheelbarrows. Even the animals came to have a share. And soon the pumpkin shell was empty. What shall I do with the pumpkin shell? asked Winnie. It would make a good house. But I already have a house. One of my friends once changed a pumpkin into a coach. But that was for a special occasion. And the horses might be a problem. Then Winnie had a wonderful idea. Yes, she said. That is exactly what it looks like, she said. Of course. Then she waved her magic wand, stamped her foot, shouted, Abracadabra! What would Winnie turn the pumpkin shell into? And there, in Winnie's garden, was a bright orange helicopter. Wow! Winnie turned the pumpkin shell into a helicopter. How cool was that? So now, when Winnie and Wilbur go to the market, Winnie can buy as many pumpkins as she likes. And flying home in a helicopter is lots of fun. So, what kind of vegetables do you like to eat? Would you like to grow it yourself? And that's the end.